I've told you so many times not to disobey me. How is it such a tough concept to grasp? Treat them right. It's a simple request, is it not? But then you of all people have the gall to rob the store they frequent. What do you have to say for yourself, You'll have to speak up. My patience is running thin. I can hear you. You think you're being quiet? But it's clear this is not something you're great at. Judging by the camera I can see in your hands, you must be a journalist. It doesn't take a genius, dear. A camera? Dressed like that? I don't need to see your face to know what you are here for. So, trying to be a spy, are we? Let me guess. You're here for a story. The juicy little headline that'll make you famous. Tell me, do you think you're prepared for what comes next? You've stepped into my world. Not so easy to get out once you're in. I suppose you're used to getting what you want, aren't you? You just waltz into places where you don't belong, thinking you'll get away with it. What makes you think you can handle the consequences? You're shaking now, aren't you? I can hear your heart beating faster. Don't be afraid, sweetheart. I won't hurt you. Yet. Or maybe I will. It depends how much you want to provoke me. Come on, step out of the shadows. Let me get a good look at your face. Wait. Now that I really listen, you sound familiar. You're that journalist, aren't you? The one who runs that blog about the underworld. I know all about you. You think you're clever, poking around places you shouldn't be, writing about things most people would rather forget. But I have to admit I'm impressed. Most people would be too scared to step foot in here. How dedicated you are. You write about my world, don't you? I've read your posts, little pieces of your mind scattered across the web. So, you must know exactly what you're dealing with now, don't you? You're not just an ordinary journalist. You know that, right? You've been fascinated by us, by me, for a while now, haven't you? All those little notes you've left, the way you write about us, there's a certain admiration in your words, a curiosity I don't often see. You must understand, darling. I don't just let anyone get close. But you're different. I like how you think. I like how you see me. See us, the Mafia. And what you see, what you really see, it excites you, doesn't it? I've been waiting for someone like you. Someone who wants more than just surface-level information. Someone who wants to know the truth. The darkness. I've seen the way your eyes linger on the words. The way you hang on every detail. Every piece of the puzzle. You're not afraid. Oh, but you should be. Take a look at him. He's trembling. That is what happens when you go too far. When you get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. But you're special. You caught my eye, and you're going to get the full tour. Come with me. I want to show you something. This is what happens when someone who dares to go against my wishes gets caught. This is my world, sweetheart. The world you've been writing about, dreaming about. Take a good look at him. His fate is sealed. You see, darling, we don't let people walk out of here. The only way people leave my group is in a coffin. But you get to watch. You get to learn. Isn't that special? Take a seat, dear, and keep that notebook handy. Do you want to know what happens next? You've heard the rumors, the stories, but no one ever tells you how it feels, do they? No one ever tells you how it feels to have that power, to control someone's every move, to know that you can bend them to your will. You want to know what it's like, don't you? I can tell by the way you're looking at me, by the way your pulse is racing. I know you do. That's why I invited you over, to show you. You're not afraid of me, are you? You're not afraid of this world I've built? No. You're far too curious to be afraid. I can see it in those gorgeous eyes. You want to know what it feels like to be close to someone like me, to touch the darkness and become it. Well, I can give that to you, and more. You've spent so much time writing about us, about people like me. I've read every word, and you know what? I find it charming. You think you understand what's going on in this world, but until you stand next to me, until you feel the weight of it yourself, you won't know the half of it. How would you like to truly understand? To see it all firsthand? An inside scoop to the world I've forged through blood and bullets. We have so much to talk about. Finding someone who wishes to enter this world and looks as stunning as you do is a rare thing. You'll know that, right? I've spent so much time alone, surrounded by people who pretend to understand me. But you really want to know. You want to get close to me. Something people often misunderstand about me is that I'm some kind of monster who kills anyone I want without a second thought. But that's simply not true. But you already knew that. Tell me, dear, I know this might not be something to openly put online, but if I'm the leader, people should do as they're told and obey. And when they don't, they should be punished, right? Take this disrespectful one, for example. I gave him a direct order to do as he's told, and that's it. What were his orders? There's that journalist curiosity I adore so much. If you must know, I ordered him to keep away from you. This one is a bit of a loose cannon. Always has been, but that's fine. I have my own rogue moments. But remember that robbery that happened at the store you go to? Yeah, that was this one. You didn't get hurt from that, did you? Really? Therapy and a break from your blog. Hear that? Not only did you disobey me, but you caused my darling emotional damage and pause the blog that allows me to have some normalcy in this life. Quite the list you're racking up for yourself. Why don't we show our guest what we do to people that make such a list, Oh, come now. Why so shy? Before I brought you here, you were bragging to all your friends at the bar, boasting about how cool you are that you disobeyed me, that you were some kind of rogue and should be the one in charge. I'll obey him when he can have me bleeding and crying on the floor. Your words, not mine. Now, dear, when you are punishing someone in this world, you need to use what they did wrong as a foundation to that punishment. He shot you, and so... You make it so he can't do it anymore. My, I'm certainly surprised that you are so comfortable with this. Though you have been riding and looking into us for a while, so I'm sure you've seen your fair share of blood. Oh, wait, my mistake. You shoot with your other hand, don't you? Well, this won't do. Actually, care to do the honors, darling? Yes, you. I don't see anyone else here. That's it. Now, come around here and just grab and twist with the pliers. Aw, don't get cold feet now. Here, we'll do it together. Imagine all the things you have gone through. Being treated poorly at work, the harsh comments on your blog, and the temptation from my world. Let it guide your hand, and then... Wonderfully done! Excellent work, hon. Aw, looks like that was quite a shock for you. Don't worry, he deserves this pain after all. He injured your friend at the store, didn't he? If the police won't dish out justice for that, then someone has to. Who better to do it than you? No one lays a hand on them. Yet another order disobeyed. Sad to say that you won't be disobeying another one of my orders ever again. A pity. Darling, you look rather pale. Are you all right? Darling. Darling.